This video will discuss 3 peer-reviewed studies that look at the impact of diet and nutrition on your mental health. Researchers are just beginning to understand the bidirectional connection between the brain and the gut. It is a complicated field of study, but in certain places in the world, we know for sure that diet is a part of the reason why places such as Japan and Italy have the highest percentage of centenarians, or people who live to be 100 years of age or older in the world. In books such as Breakfast with the Centenarians, The Science of Aging Well, it is suggested that a healthy lifestyle, including a good diet, can lead to positive mental health and a longer life. First, I will discuss how microorganisms living in our stomachs and intestines can directly impact our brain chemistry, leading to increases or decreases in hormones related to stress. They can also impact our immune systems, which relate to our overall mood and mental health. Second, there is growing evidence of the link between poor diet, obesity, and potentially preventable diseases such as Alzheimer's and even illnesses such as depression, conditions which directly impact one's mental health. And finally, we will take a fascinating look at the lives of people who have for generations lived in Arctic and subarctic environments. Their recent changes in diet from traditional foods to processed items found in modern-day supermarkets has led to increases in disease and major declines in their mental health. My name is Dr. Justin Adam Gelsizer, and this channel is all about protecting your mental health. Please remember to subscribe below and support these videos by taking a moment to click the like button. There is a growing body of literature that is examining the relationship between the brain and our stomachs and intestines. Besides factors such as age and genetics, metabolic health, exercise, and meditation, the relationship between diet and gut health is being examined more than ever before. Recent evidence has highlighted a role for the intestinal microbiome as a key link between the gut and development and function of the brain. Accumulating evidence provides support for the existence of direct relationships between nutrition, stress susceptibility, mental health, and mental function throughout the lifespan. However, the evidence is correlational and there is a gap in understanding how these effects come about. Unraveling the precise mechanisms that underline the multi-directional communication between gut microbiota and neuroendocrine system could lead to new therapeutic possibilities for disorders of the neuroendocrine system through controlled manipulation of the gut microbiota. Increasing your probiotics intake by eating more organic yogurt, for example, could actually improve your mental health. Who would have thought that what you put in your mouth could so directly impact your brain chemistry? Additionally, not eating enough of fruits and vegetables, eating too many artificial sweeteners, consuming too much alcohol, and not eating enough whole grain and complex carbohydrates can deplete the microbiota in your gut, impacting your neuroendocrine system and mental health. Second, a meta-analysis study examined a variety of literature and found that diet and nutrition can be an effective preventative measure against numerous mental illnesses. Nutritional psychiatry is a new, rapidly growing field of nutrition and mental health. The consequence of a bad diet is also an increased risk of obesity, a very dangerous global disease. Alzheimer's disease and depression are diseases associated with obesity, which produces a theory that vascular disorders may play a role in the development of dementia and other psychological pathologies. As a result of these observations, Alzheimer's disease and other dementias are now considered to be potentially preventable diseases. Supporting and protecting your mental health with things such as proper exercise, sleep, journaling, and good social relationships certainly help. But ignoring what you eat on a day-to-day basis could be impacting your mental health more than you might expect. A final article looked at people who live in extreme conditions in and around the Arctic, with often limited daylight, cold weather, scarce places to grow food. Life can be hard for these people. However, as these cultures slowly begin adapting Western-style ways of living, such as changing their primary sources of food from things out in nature to processed foods in the stores, their physical and emotional health declined. The change in traditional diets has already led to increased health problems, such as obesity, cardiovascular diseases, and diabetes, while the mental health of circumpolar peoples has also declined substantially during the same period. The decline in mental health is characterized by increased rates of depression, seasonal affective disorder, anxiety, and suicide that now often occur at higher rates than in lower altitude populations. Studies in non-circumpolar peoples have shown that diet can have profound effects on neuronal and brain development, function, and health. Therefore, we hypothesize that diet is an important risk factor for mental health in circumpolar peoples. It has become clear that the food we put in our mouths directly impacts not only our physical health, but that of our mental health as well. What steps do you hope to take in your own life over the next few weeks to support your mental health through things you choose to put into your stomach? Comment below and let me know what has been the biggest challenge for you in improving your overall diet. Stay tuned for my next video where I take you step by step through how I make the same mental health smoothie for breakfast every morning.